What is good, my fellow UFC junkies? We are back. UFC 313 out in Vegas. Pereira, Ankalaev. Pereira, please sleep Ankalaev for my parlays. We were supposed to have Dan Hooker and Justin Gaethje, as you guys know. And now we got Fiziev stepping in on short notice. Demon fight still. So let's break down the card, boys. Last week we went 6-4 on picks. We got a few wrong. We got Charles Johnson wrong. Not a bad bet. Danny Barlow wrong. Horrendous bet. Even though I was high on Patterson sub, nobody in the entire galaxy took Patterson KO. Let's be honest here. I got Rebovix wrong. He got robbed. And then I also got Austin Lane wrong. Horrible pick. Feel free to dog me in the comments. But if you guys are new here, this is a little community. It's not supposed to be just me giving you the picks and you take them all and bet your house on them. It's a community, so we're all trying to get these picks right together. The goal is for someone on this page to rob Vegas, and then we're that step closer. Boom. So feel free to like, subscribe, comment if you haven't. Members only section is open. We got 5 members. Once we get 10, I'll do some members only live streams. That's where I post all my parlays. A lot of low risk, high reward. If you like betting $5, $10, if you don't like betting hundreds, you'll like the members only section. Let's dive in, boys. Sorry for the long intro, but we're locked in now. So the first fight, Chris Gutierrez, an opponent to be announced. I'm going to go Chris Gutierrez, next fight. No idea how to say this guy's first name. There's a D and a J back-to-back. DJORDEN? We'll just skip the D and we'll just call him Jordan. Jordan Santos, OZZY DIAZ. For starters, I will say, this is like a breakdown for dummies, guys. I'm just warning. You know those books back in the day, like guitar playing for dummies? That's what these my prediction videos are. I'm like breaking it down like this. They're both good at standing and banging, kind of. Like that's their path to victories, but they're also decent on the ground too. They both have a few subs. We got Santos at a -190, Diaz at a +160. So really, the odds kind of make sense to me. It's like pick your poison. It's close to 50-50, but lean it towards Santos. That makes sense to me. He's 10-1. Diaz is 7-3. I do like Santos in this fight just because of his well-roundedness. I think he's got more power in the hands, and he's not as fraudulent with the chin. Let's put it this way. Santos went to the Contender Series and won. Diaz went to the Contender Series and got starched by Joe Pyfer. I like Joe Pyfer a lot. So to get KO'd by Joe Pyfer, that's what should happen, technically. And then Diaz also went out there in November 23rd of last year and got slept by Ming Yang. Wasn't that out in China? Yeah, that was the same card as PETROSYAN and FERREIRA. So my guy Ming Yang did what he was supposed to do. I like Ming Yang a lot, bro. This guy is pretty demon. I was betting against him at first when he was fighting Robellis. I believe that's his name. He got clipped by Robellis. I was like, yes. And then Ming Yang went in the pocket, bing, bing, and starched him. So this is the other thing about Diaz too. He fights at 205. Then he fights at 185. Then he fights at 205. He's back to 185 now. I'm not even joking. Look at his fights, bro. It's like, how are you fighting Joe Pyfer and this guy and Ming Yang? Like, bro, pick your weight class, bro. So Diaz got chinned by Ming Yang at 205 and is now going to go to 185 and not get chinned. What happens when you cut weight? What happens when you drop weight classes? Your chin gets that much more fragile. Simple MMA math here. I'm going Santos just for the well-roundedness. He is losing 4 inches of reach and 4 inches of height, but he's 7 years younger at 27. So Santos, shorter reach, but way younger. The speed will be there. I guess you could technically maybe put a bet for fight to ending KO. That might be safe here, but these two, I don't want to call them nobodies, but these two nobodies could go the distance because they are fairly new here. Again, Santos has had 1 Contender Series fight, and then Diaz has had 1 UFC fight, got KO'd, had a Contender Series fight, got KO'd. I'm sorry, but if you're getting KO'd, Joe Pyfer and then Ming Yang, it just shows that in a standing battle, you're going to get destroyed every time. So I got to go Santos, guys. Not much to it. Let's keep it going here. MAIRON Santos, another Santos, his younger brother. MAIRON Santos, I'm joking, it's not his brother. And Francis Firefighter Marshall. I will never forget that because they made a big deal about, oh, firefighter. Like they snuck it in there. You guys are clever. You're clever, Daniel Cormier. 15-1 for Santos, 8-2 for Marshall. A good amount of more pro MMA fights for Santos. Does that mean something here? Yes, it does because he's Brazilian. He's a -400. I think the odds are cracked out. I will say that. Francis Marshall does have more UFC experience. He's got 2 inches of height on Santos and basically the same age, same reach. They're both 24, 25, right around there. And let's look at Francis Marshall's last couple fights real quick before I start yapping. He's had 5 fights if you include the Contender Series fight, and he's 3-2 in his last 5. He lost to Bulgarian by KO, lost to William Gomis, split decision. That's not bad. He was split decision with Gomis. I ain't mad at it. Last fight, lost to Dennis Buzucha, who's actually horrible. My pick is Santos, guys. I guess I'll say it off the bat. I just think he's more dangerous. I do see Francis Marshall as being a little bit fragile. When times get tough in his fights, he doesn't lock in. Let's put it that way. Stylistically, he's not bad. Like, he'll stand and bang. He'll get it to the ground. But, like, if it's an MMA fight, I got to go with MAIRON Santos. I just think he's more dangerous. Fights out of Extreme Couture as well. Nasty striker. I think he'll be quicker than Marshall, too. Let's definitely say that. He'll be quicker than Marshall. And, his last 5 fights, he's gotten 2 KOs. His only loss recently has been to, damn, you got slapped by Dan Argueta. All right, never mind. Fade Santos. How do you get KO'd by Dan Argueta? But that's his only loss. I don't know what happened in that fight. That was out in LFA. I do like this fight over on strikes, too. I kind of picture us going the distance or maybe Santos getting a late finish. But my pick is Santos. I wouldn't trust the 400 money line. That's a little terrifying. I trust the over 1.5 more than I trust a -400 money line on Santos. It is his first UFC fight, too. I think he came from Tough or Road to UFC, the Ultimate Fighter. So he's the Ultimate Fighter winner. That's what it was. And his last fight against Ofli, when he had that vicious viral knockout, Demon, I think he might have been the underdog that night too. I could be wrong, but my pick is MAIRON Santos. I'm going to go points. MAIRON Santos points. Next fight. Speaking of odds cracked out, Alex Morono and Carlos Leal. -800 for Carlos. Are you crazy? He's 21-6 versus Alex Moreno, who's 24-11. This is cracked out because Alex Morono is way more vetty. I believe this guy's had 1 UFC fight. Yeah, so Leo has had 1 UFC fight, lost to Renat Fakhretdinov. But technically, he won that fight. It says unanimous decision Fakhretdinov. I believe that was in like Saudi. So you already know what type of time it is out there. They're like, oh, easy, Fakhretdinov, even though he got pieced up a little bit. Leal is Brazilian, so bet the house. He's only 4 years younger at age 34. 3 inches of reach. I do like that for him here. It's just one of those fights, guys. It's like last week when we were betting on Cody Brundage against Julian Marquez. Nobody loves Cody Brundage. Like, I'm now back on the Cody Brundage train, but we're all just betting against Julian Marquez, basically. It's kind of the same thing here. We're gonna fade Alex Morono at all costs. At that price tag, I will not be. Morono is 2-3 in his last 5. Lost to D-Rod by split. Lost to Nico Price. Oh my God. He went the distance with Buckley. He lost unanimous decision, but still. Subbed up Tim Means, beat Court McGee. Oh my God, bro. Morono is doggy. He's not going to go out unless you put him out. So I do like how he fights for your money. Just the odds are crazy, bro. Like, if you just take the odds out, I'm still picking Leal at a minus 800. I think it's just because how demon he looked against Renat Fakhretdinov, which makes sense to me, bro. It makes sense. So my pick is Carlos Leal. I guess I technically picture going the distance. You could bet over 1.5. You could bet Leal KO or Morono points, something like that. But we'll figure it out when the time comes. The best betting prop section I drop on Fridays, boys. And get ready, because the ladder challenge is gonna blow your mind, bro. I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier. With the ladder challenge, if you hit a parlay 200 odds or better, not even, let's just keep it at 200 odds, bro. You put $10 in a plus 200, and every time you win, you just put the winnings on the next parlay for the next week. In 10 fights, you have $600,000. Sorry, 10 fight cards. If you hit a ladder plus 200 10 times, one, you're at $600,000 off $10. It's disgusting. So get ready. The ladder challenge is officially a thing here. If I hit a 600,000, I'm changing my name to the Ladder Lizards, bro. Let's get it. I'm gonna start making ladder lizard merch. This is a good fight right here stylistically. Bruno Ferreira, Armen Petrosyan. Petrosyan is a slight favorite at minus 155. Petrosyan 9-4. Bruno Ferreira 12-2. Man, for Bruno Ferreira, it's really landing that power punch. There's not much to it. This guy is pretty donkey shit on the ground. It's really just landing that big meaty hook, you know, finding the guy in the pocket, doing what he did to RoboCop, doing what he did to, wasn't it a spinning back fist or spinning back elbow? He did that shit twice, bro, back to back in the same fight against Stoltzfus. That's who it was. He got subbed up by Magomedov. Yeah, he just looked so bad on the ground in that fight, bro. Also got KO'd by Ruzaboev. Yeah. That RoboCop KO was vicious. I did not see that coming at all. He KO'd Phil Hawes. You're supposed to do that. The RoboCop KO is the most impressive one, bro. Like, we know RoboCop's chin ain't the best, but a round one, bink, straight down the middle, that shit was crazy. So I can't pick Bruno Ferreira for that reason. I think Armen Petrosyan learned his lesson against Shara Bullet. I did pick Petrosyan in that fight. I'm sorry, guys. But I am kind of high on Petrosyan. I think he has a decent fight IQ. And I just think he's more well-rounded than Bruno Ferreira. If Bruno Ferreira lands that big punch, it's over. If he doesn't, he's going to lose the fight. That's really how I see it. Bruno Ferreira, a bunch of round one KOs. It looks super sexy. No Diddy. But at the same time, it's not against the highest level competition. Minus RoboCop is pretty up there. He's not up there. He's just terrifying. It's like you either KO RoboCop or he KOs you. Petrosyan recently lost to Shara Bullet, got KO'd, got subbed by Vieira. He does not have to worry about a sub here, though, I feel like. Went the distance with Kyle Barajo, lost unanimous decision. But Petrosyan doesn't fight the best people either. Christian Duncan, who I think is like on a crazy, never mind. I thought he was on like a 4-fight losing streak. Let's look at AJ Dobson real quick. How's AJ Dobson's record? Horrendous. It's a good fight stylistically, guys, and that's why the odds are like that. 50-50, pick your poison. I'm going with the guy who's he's smarter with his strikes. Let's put it that way. Bruno Ferreira is filthy in the sense that you won't see an uppercut coming until you're asleep. But I got to go with Petrosyan to play it safe. Shots from outside, kicks to the body, get a takedown if he wants maybe. My pick is Petrosyan, guys. Next fight, Joshua Van and Rihi Tatsura. Fade Chinaman, even though he's from Japan. Easy call, guys. My pick is Joshua Van. Not much to say here, really. It's stylistically, it's vicious striker versus decent on the ground. I I hate when this happens. Like, you start betting against a guy because his takedown ability, or because he's only on the ground, and then he starts piecing up Joshua Van left and right. Joshua Van has looked a little chinny recently. I will say that. When he was fighting, obviously we saw Charles Johnson sleep him. Even the fight after that, bro, I was like, how are you getting caught this many times, my G? His last fight, he looked good against Durden. But the Charez one, bro, I was like, yo, move your fucking head, bro. I feel like Joshua Van got wobbled twice in that fight. Jesus. But the odds make sense here. Minus 195 for Joshua Van. He's 12-2. He's fighting an undefeated guy. Undefeated people cannot win this year. Minus Hyder Emil. I picked Hyder Emil. Yeah, I just can't do it, bro. I can't do it. He's from Road to UFC. I've made this a rule on the channel. You don't bet on Road to UFC, guys. It's not happening. We learned our lesson with Vrinya Nakamura. So I am very biased here, guys, but I gotta bet on the crazy boxer to stuff some takedowns and just ping, 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 body, head, uppercut, boom, boom. Joshua Van's nasty. When he pressures you against the cage, it's over. It's like me in UFC 5. Curtis Blades and RIZVAN KUNIEV. I believe I said it right. Minus 340 for Blades, plus 260 for RIZVAN. It's simple, bro. It's not like RIZVAN. I've been saying it wrong this whole time. RIZVAN. It's not like he is a young buck, 23, coming in the UFC, crazy speed. He's 32. He's 2 years younger than Curtis Blades. He's got 4 inches less of reach. They're the same height. He might come in a little bit fatter, but that's about it. And it's that simple, boys. I got to go with the guy with more UFC experience. Sometimes people hate when I bet like that, but come on, bro. It's like, are you... I need someone in the comments. Drop the comment below. If you guys are picking RIZVAN, you got to tell me why, because I don't get it. He got a KO on Dana White's Contender Series the very last second of round 1. And he's actually been to the Contender Series before, and he won round 3 KO against a SANTOS. We'll see if SANTOS is... Why would he be in the UFC? I'm like checking out this guy's shit. No one cares. So he got a KO in Contender Series, and Dana said, nah, you sloppy, get out of here. Then he went to Eagle Fighting Championships, got a submission, and then he went to PFL and had a no contest. And now he's in the UFC after a Contender Series fight. So, I got to go with the guy. Blades isn't bad on the ground either. He's pretty good stuffing takedowns. We saw him destroy Almeida after getting destroyed the first round. The first round was all Almeida. Second round, Almeida baited. I had Almeida heavy that night too. I'm going Curtis Blades. Heavy puncher, striker, good at stuffing takedowns, good at keeping people on the ground. And RIZVAN is very hairy. I don't know. I got nothing, guys. I'm betting Curtis Blades. Let's keep it a buck here. Again, if you're picking RIZVAN, explain to me why, because I'm lost here. This is a tough one. We're getting into the main card now, boys. If you haven't liked the video, like it. Subscribe if you haven't. Drop a comment below. Give me like a lock or something, boys. Give me a fucking lock. Is this a lock? King Green versus Mauricio RUFFY. I've actually never said his first name in my life. I was like, how do you say this? I always call him RUFFY. RUFFY's 11-1. Bobby Green 32-16-1. This guy's like tripled RUFFY's pro MMA career. Crazy age gap. 38 for Bobby Green. I did not know he was that old. 38 for Bobby Green. 28 for RUFFY. RUFFY has 4 inches of reach as well. Definitely something to think about. This was a tough one for me to predict, guys. And at first, I was going to pick Bobby Green. But then I changed my mind because I think it kind of goes back to MVP and Shara Bullet. I think it's going to be easy for RUFFY to train against Bobby, like people like Bobby in the gym. Like they can find Bobby impersonators. Like, yo, keep your hands low, practice throwing from the hip to try and like get RUFFY used to that style. Getting used to RUFFY's style is not easy. And that's why I picked MVP over Shara Bullet. I'm like, how do you train for this? You can't train for this. This one you can train for. You can train, you can, like, your sparring partners be like, yo, keep your hands at your fucking ankles and throw from the hip. We're not going to see Bobby come in there with his hands up like this. His hands are low, boys. So I think leading up to this fight, Rufi's going to have an advantage in the gym. I think the age is something to consider. The speed will be nasty. I do think it goes the distance. I see people saying Rufi KO. I don't know if I can go there with it, but I do like Rufi in this now. I just think, man, it's not even like we've seen the best of Bobby yet. Like, we have seen the best of Bobby Green, but I personally don't feel like he's deteriorating. That's just me. I know he's had some vicious losses recently. Let's look at his last couple losses. We all know he lost to Moicano. That's a lie. Didn't he? Am I fucking bugging? Wow. I said we all know he lost to Moicano. Never fought Moicano. I was thinking of, I guess I was thinking of Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner fought Moicano. That's what I'm thinking of. So we got subbed by Paddy Pimblett. I don't think we have to worry about a submission here, but I could be wrong. He got KO'd by Turner. That was vicious. The ref was like 70 punches too late. Just like... Got KO'd by Drew Dober. That was a crazy one. I remember I was heavy on Drew Dober that night. I like both these guys, so it was hard for me to bet that night. But got KO'd by Islam Makhachev. It's just lost to Fiziev, lost to Moises. Wow, lost to Moises. I just gotta go Rufi, guys. Stock report. It's and I can't not bet the fighting nerds until they actually lose. Once they lose, we can have a talk. For right now, it's fighting nerds day and night. Again, Mauricio Rufi points. Running up the card, we got Amanda Lemos and Yasmin. We'll just call her Lucindo, boys, because these names, is that an I or an L? No idea. This one's tough because Lemos has a haircut like a 60-year-old male. And Lucindo is lesbian for sure. Who's got the more lesbian haircut? They're both spot on. Lemos got hair like me. Nah, all jokes aside, the age is crazy, guys. We got a 14-year age gap. Lemos was 14 when Lucindo was born. And now they're fighting each other. Is this child abuse? We got Lemos as a slight underdog, plus 125, minus 150 for Lucindo. And it's kind of the same thing. I'm going with Lucindo because the age. I should be betting on the person with more UFC experience, but I'm not. I just think, again, we've seen the best of Lemos. These girls stop. I said these guys, wow. These buys, no. Stylistically, they're very similar. Like, should be a striking battle, and if it isn't, I picture Lucindo having the advantage there. We've seen Lemos on the ground with she did survive Weili on the ground pretty nicely, but we've seen her go to the ground and just stay there for 5 rounds. That's basically what happens against Weili. Weili just avoided the power and kept her there, and she could not get up. And I just see Lucindo as more dangerous everywhere. What's the reach? Okay, I was going to be a little scared if Lemos had like a crazy reach advantage, but she's actually an inch shorter on the reach. So I like it, guys. Like, you look at these photos and you think Lemos is going to be 3 inches taller, and she might be, because these stats are never fucking right. But they got Lemos 1 inch taller at 5'4", Lucindo is 5'3". It's just one of those fights. If they're the same exact like height, reach, I'm going to go Lucindo day and night. I think she's the one with the power, and Lemos is more of like the O'Malley kind of tally him up type shit. So Lucindo hits to find that finish. Let's put it that way. Again, more finishing ability. She could latch in a sub at some point. How many subs has this little dyke had? No, let me stop. So we had 8 KOs, 3 subs. She's had a sub recently against Polyana Vienna. I'd sub her up. I'd sub her up too. She went split decision with Marina Rodriguez. Bro, what happened to Marina Rodriguez? Marina Rodriguez, I looked at her record the other day. I think she's lost 5 in a row. She's 1-4 in her last 5, bro. I remember when Marina Rodriguez was a demon. What happened? Jesus. But, again, she'd definitely be licking twats, Lucindo, so bet the house. Next fight. Now that we got through that one. These next 3 are demon. These next 3 are absolutely demon. Jalin Turner and Bahamondes, dead even odds. All these odds are basically almost dead even for these next 3 fights. It's like, just pick your poison, bro. If you get all 3 right, you're Himothy. This was tough for me. This one's tough for me. This should 100% just be a striking battle. I don't want to see anybody go on the ground. There should be UFC 5 stand and bang mode. And if that's the case, man, I want to say Bahamondes so badly. Oh my God. I guess just based off stock report, you don't have to go Bahamondes, but stock report tells me Bahamondes. I think he's less chinny too. He does have 2.5 inches less of reach, which is a little scary, but looking at his last 5, lost to Klein, which is okay. Klein basically takes everybody to a unanimous decision. The Manuel Torres KO was demon because I had Manuel Torres heavy that night. But no one else really gets my shaft hard. Ogden? Oh, he went unanimous decision with Trey Ogden. Like, bro, what? Who the fuck is this? Christos Giagos? Get this guy out of here. He's 1-4. He's got a man bun? Oh my God. Fade the man buns. Oh my God, man. I might go Turner right now. The guys Bahamondes is beaten are fucking horrendous. Oh, he KO'd Roosevelt Roberts? Oh, I remember that one. I remember that one. I think that's when Roberts died like this. I remember that. Yo, let's look at Turner's last 5 real quick. I might pick flip live on camera. I might pick flip live on camera, boys. I think I'm picking Bahamondes because a lot of you idiots told me to. Fade you. Oh, yeah, bro. Bro. Damn, this is tough because Turner usually fights people shorter than him, too. One second. Let's check the age out real quick. Guys, I'm picking Turner. Fuck out of here. Bahamondes who? I'm picking Turner. Get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. I'm picking Turner. Who's with me? Comment down below. No one. Yeah, I'm picking Turner, guys. Get this out of here. This guy's from Chile. This guy lives at a place that's named after a food. Or vice versa. Get that out of here. Jalin Turner. The Tarantula. Lock it. Next fight. Justin Gaethje, RAFAEL, Fiziev. We'll call him Raf. Justin versus Raf. Justin's plus 125. Raf is minus 150. I think I just said that. Damn it! This one's tough. Even though they already fought before, this one's still tough. This is a rematch. Justin won the first fight, but it was very, very close. Justin lost the first round horrendously. Then after the first round and a half, started turning up a little bit. Stylistically, Justin's got that like retarded boxing where he's just like taking every punch and just like doing his own shit. It's kind of like the Chris Curtis, like I call it a retard boxing, when you're just like this, just getting punched. And Fiziev is definitely way more technical with his striking, way more of a sniper, mixes it up more too. I kind of get the odds. It's crazy. At first I was like, Gaethje an underdog? But I kind of get it now. And you consider the knockout, the vicious knockout Gaethje just had. done to himself. Man, I've always been so high on Fiziev. 5 years younger too. I think the speed is there for Fiziev as well. Fiziev, that last fight with Gaethje, he did get cut up pretty badly. I think the damage started wearing on him too. If you take that damage out of there, I think he's in it for the long haul. Muay Thai striker too. Forgot to mention that. He's on a 2-fight losing streak though. The Gamrot loss, bro. Gamrot's gotten such lucky wins. That's what you get. It's my girlfriend, $1,000. Oh, never mind. Man, bro. Unanimous decision with King Green. Why is this restarting? I didn't press any buttons. KO'd RDA, sorry. I'm really thinking here, boys. You think I'd have these all locked in before I started recording this? No. Man, I'm going to go Fiziev, guys. I'm going to go Fiziev. This is crazy. Recording this video, I was literally picking Bahamondes and Gaethje. I think I'm doing Turner and Fiziev, guys, and I'm not even mad at it. I'm not mad at it. It's get back season for Fiziev. I just wonder how much training he's had recently. He's coming off an injury. I think he hasn't fought in like a year and a half maybe. Let's see when Gaethje last fought. And I'm guessing this is for the BMF belt too. Yeah, it's been a year and a half for Fiziev, bro. But I think he's in a comeback demon time. And then my guy Gaethje fought about a year ago too. So that's not too bad. If you're scared of Fiziev's year and a half layoff, Gaethje's had a year layoff. So there it is. My pick is Fiziev. I guess points. Fiziev points. Demon fight, guys. The main event of the evening. Pereira, Ankalaev. If you haven't liked the video yet, please do so. And again, drop a little comment. Do it for the algorithm, but mainly do it for the community. But mainly for the algorithm. Pereira 12-2, Ankalaev 21-1. I did not know he had that many wins. 5 years older for Pereira at 37. 4 inches of reach for Pereira. And Pereira's caught in 20 more bodies. This is tough because one guy has an EV at his last name and is missing a mustache. And the other guy's Brazilian. Damn. I think there's a stat too. Pereira has all finishes in his title defenses. If I'm not mistaken, well, I guess minus Izzy. He got slept by Izzy. But yeah, I guess it must be all his fights at 205 because they're all back-to-back KO. He KO'd Yuri twice, KO'd Hill once, KO'd Roundtree. Demon fighters, but no one really has the takedown ability like Ankalaev does, which is scary. I guess I kind of like how he had the win over Blachowicz because Blachowicz does mix it up in there. So I guess I kind of like it for that sense. Has he fought anybody else with any takedowns? No. Izzy, Strickland, Bruno Silva. Jesus Christ. Shout out my guy Pereira, bro. Pereira's been in the UFC for... Wow, it's been 4 years already? Holy fuck. It's been 3.5 years. Time flies, boys. He's had 10 UFC fights in 3.5 years. Only has 1 loss. The rest are basically all KO. I don't know how he went the distance with Bruno Silva. The split decision with Jan makes sense. Jan Blachowicz. Man, this fight's tough. We know what it is, boys. It's striker versus takedown ability. That's really all this fight is. At first, Ankalaev was saying he's going to stand and bang with Pereira. Then he said, get ready for the most takedowns you've ever seen in your life. Pick one, because I need to know what to bet on Ankalaev. Man, I guess you could technically look at the Ankalaev prop. If they got Ankalaev to get over 1.5 takedowns, I might have to lock that. But Ankalaev in his last 5 has a draw and a no contest. KO'd Anthony Smith, as you should. KO'd Walker again, and then went the distance with Rakic. This is a tough one, man. This is a tough one. because you don't want to bait and just go Pereira again. But it's almost like the fighting nerds. Like, I'm going to pick the person that's been getting a KO. It's like Steve Garcia. If you don't bet KO Steve Garcia the next fight, you're shot. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. If you don't bet Carlos Prates KO, where have you been? So it's one of those things where I am a little biased in that sense. I have nothing to defend why I'm picking Pereira, minus that he's filthy with the hands. Oh no, well he stuffs it with his left hip. He moves a centimeter to stuff the... I don't know any of that shit. I don't know any of that shit. But we know what's going to happen here. Ankalaev is going to shoot a takedown, and does Pereira stuff it and get back up? As I'm saying that, the answer is no. I can see it in my head. Pereira going down and just laying there, lay and pray. There's really two picks here, boys. The way I see it, there's two picks. Pereira KO.
Hi, babe. It's almost time for bonus medicine.
Okay, babe. I love you. Sorry, boys. My girlfriend is on a rampage today. Holy shit. You would think I'm her secretary. Oh my god. My pick, I don't even care anymore. My pick is Pereira. Left hook from God. Bing! Put Ankalaev out. Please, Jesus. I don't ask for much here. That's it, boys. Like I said, ladder challenge incoming. Last week we turned 10 to 30. Now we have to turn 30 into 90 on a plus 200. If you guys have any recommendations, let's drop it below in the comments. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you. We'll be back. Peace, boys.